Hi everyone,
I'm Cecilia.
I'm Laura. This is Yarn Mews podcast. I'm having problems talking, so yeah, just bear with me.
Yeah, it's Laura. What do you expect?
And surprisingly enough, I'm crocheting today, so I may not be looking at the camera much because I have to look at my hands when I crochet. Unlike knitting where I can look at whatever.
Yeah.
I just don't have that down with crocheting.
Well, me either.
I heard somebody say the other day in a class that she said, I've heard that some people knit at movies. And I wanted to say, I've done that.
I've done that.
But I didn't. I want to make her feel bad.
Yeah.
So,
Always
anyway,
exciting.
yeah. So, we're in the midst of the Progressive East End project going on right now. Beep. And these are the two cowls from it. It's hard to see them on the video camera because they're cowls and they're kind of far away.
They are far away.
You know, we could just take them off. And you'll hear our jingle bells that we put on to keep shoplifters from taking our samples away, which unfortunately does happen. This is the crochet one. And that's the knitting one, and Cecilia's having a hard time holding it because, you know, oops, of course you've got the seam right there.
Well,
but it's merino, so, you know.
yeah.
Anyway.
Stripes on the inside.
Yeah. So, the ladies at Darn Knit Anyway designed these. Amy Pelletier. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. Sorry, Amy.
Amy.
Yeah. Amy designed the knit one, and Carly Stipe designed the crochet one. And our main color is this kind of tan. It's by Polka Dot Sheep. It's Tenderfoot 8020 and the color Ptarmigan. We are out already. We sold out by 2 p.m. on Saturday. So if you want that color, and I'm not gonna. Oh yeah, I did it.
Yay. How mighty you are.
Anyway, I can't get the tag back there. Whatever. Anyway, if you are participating in the Progressive East End project and you want our main color, you can special order it. So the mini skeins are from 3 Irish Girls. It's their Springvale sock. What else do we know about the... Oh, and if you're not from this area but you like the patterns, they will be available on Ravelry.
September 1st?
No, actually earlier than that because there's a download code on the patterns and people want it earlier. But I don't know, sometime and then after PEEP is over on the 4th. So sometime after that, Amy will get the pattern on Ravelry and it'll be available
And
for purchase.
Will be happy.
Yeah. So that's what I know.
That's what you know.
Yeah, I know nothing else except that I always forget that in crochet I have to have the yarn on my left-hand side, not the right-hand side.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I just started this. Yeah, see?
Look how far she is.
Wow.
It's exciting, isn't it?
Yeah. I won't even tell you what it is because you can't tell anything.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's a chain.
Well, it's a chain and the first row.
And the first row.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So, I mean, geez, Cecilia, get it right.
Because you can tell. Well, I can show off what I'm doing.
You go, girl.
Because I have not finished anything, so I started another project. I started this mainly because I figured it would be easy when I was traveling to work on wherever I was, and it was. So, look, it's stripes. Someday it will be this.
Cute.
It is the Henny Shawl, made out of cotton cashmere by Rowan. It is lovely. I'm doing it in the white, and then all these are actually all the colors on there. I'm working on the last one, and it's gonna be, yeah, it's gonna be kind of this dusty, subtle colorway. So, and it was funny because I had it with me in New Mexico, and I was talking to my father-in-law about it, and he was like, well, I see that you have all this yarn and it's labeled, because I labeled it here. You can see here I put E. So
I couldn't even see that on the screen.
There's an E on it because it's the colors are A through E, but A is this, so I remember that because that's the main color. And he was like, so you have to follow these and each one? I said, yeah. I said, it's for the shop, so I have to follow the pattern. You know, I said, if it was just for me, I would have probably just done the colors randomly. I said, well, actually, I probably would have used a four-sided die. And he laughed, and he had his elder group at the church had a meeting where one of their people is a serious needlepointer. And she came in and taught them how to needlepoint, just continental stitch, and gave them all these little kits, which he shows it to me. He was like, what it made was this. And he shows this picture and it's just stripes. He's like, well, of course, I'm not doing that. So he wrote himself a little computer program which took the colors, of which there were 5, and then he had it so that it made stripes both directions, horizontally and vertically. Some of them were thinner than others. And then you just type in these random numbers and it randomly generated a pattern.
Cool.
And so sort of like a abstract plaid almost.
Yeah.
It was actually really cool and really impressive because that is the type of stuff he does. So it was.
He's a scientist.
He is. He's a
nuclear scientist.
no plasma physicist.
Oh my God! Sorry.
Not
you know
nuclear.
what? I have no idea what the heck I'm doing. So.
Are you making a circle?
No, it's a triangular shawl. It's the beginning of it. And I think I can't do this while I'm talking to you guys, and I have nothing else to work on.
I should have brought another one of my projects, and you could have worked on that. I'm behind. I don't know. If
I guess I can do a swatch. Just yeah. Which really I should do anyway. But I thought, well, I can just start this and then measure later, and then I'll just start again if I need to. But apparently not.
Apparently, you need to do all the things.
I'm just not enough of a crocheter to be able to go, oh yeah, I'll just start.
Wing it.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
It'll be fun.
So I'm doing a swatch.
That's a good plan.
So he's a plasma
physicist. It's the study of waves.
Okay.
Like sound waves or whatever waves. So, yes, sonic waves, gamma rays, that sort of thing. Whatever.
I see. Not really, but I see.
And he's retired. They're both retired now, so. Yep.
So they live in Los Alamos, right?
They live in Los Alamos, New Mexico, yes.
Yeah, and...
Home of the nuclear bomb.
Yeah.
Birthplace of the nuclear bomb.
What a great thing to be a birthplace of, huh?
Well, it has to be born somewhere.
I suppose. Did it have to be? Did it have to be?
Yes, it would have been born somewhere, and better in the United States than in, say, Nazi Germany.
True that. Yes.
So I'm going with that.
Okay.
But yeah, it's not a town. It's not an incorporated town. It's actually Los Alamos County.
Oh.
It doesn't actually have a town name attached to it, which I found out just last time I went to visit.
Interesting. So when you mail stuff to them, is the town name Los Alamos?
But it's technically not a town.
Interesting.
It's a county.
Okay.
So, and on my GPS, when I did my run, it actually says, run, Los Alamos County, blah, 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 5 point whatever miles I did. And so it actually says it on there that it's just a county, not a town, even though I was running in town.
Interesting.
Yeah. So it was just so they wouldn't have to do extra bureaucracy. I think probably because they have so much with the lab anyway that having extra didn't seem appealing to them.
I guess.
Who knew? Who knew there'd be only so much bureaucracy you could do?
That's not going to be 4 inches, is it? Or more?
I know, that's not going to be 4 inches.
I wonder how many stitches I did. I didn't count. I just did, yeah. Whatever. This is like the episode where you find out what not to do.
Yes. Don't be like Laura. Don't be goofus.
Do you remember
that
show, What Not to Wear? Did you ever watch that?
I watched that all the time.
This is, yeah. Did you?
Yeah.
Wow,
I
that
loved
doesn't seem like
show.
you. But this is the what not to do when you're crocheting. And I'm just going to do it again.
I would.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still not counting. So.
You could count after, couldn't you?
Yeah, that's what I will do after I
Alright.
get some, I mean, I'll be able to tell because it's just a single crochet followed by a chain. So, you know, I'll be able to count in twos. But, yeah.
Okay.
But I'm not counting originally. So, like the last one, I ended up with one extra chain that I couldn't use.
Oh my god.
I know.
That's horrifying.
Scary.
Where does that extra chain go? Where does it belong? Oh,
It
chains.
goes nowhere.
It's a chain to nowhere.
So I went and saw yesterday, at the movie theater. It was very cute. Thank you, Tori, for saying that it was cute and fun, because I agree. It was, I don't know if you guys know about this movie. I'm just having so many problems. This movie is about this young man in England who is a struggling musician, getting nowhere. I mean, he works part-time in a wholesale warehouse, and his boss comes up to him and he says, "The customers really like you." And he says, the guy says, "Thanks." I don't know why I can't remember his name all of a sudden. Last name is Malik. I can't remember the first name, but anyway, the character's name. He says, "Thanks," and the boss goes, "I don't like your beard. I don't like how you get here late. I don't like this. I don't like that. But the customers like you." And the guy's like, "Okay." And he said, "So, you can go full-time, starting tomorrow."
Wow.
Or starting next week or something. And he goes, "Well, the main character says, I'll get back to you on whether I want to do that or not." And the guy says, "No, you're either going to do that or you can leave in 2 weeks permanently."
Wow. Well, there you go.
So, you know, here he is, a struggling musician. He used to be a teacher, and had left teaching so that he could pursue his music career. And it's really not going well. And he tells his friend / manager, "I'm done. I'm not going to do this anymore." And then there's a worldwide blackout, 12 seconds long, right? And everybody forgets that there was a group called the Beatles and all of their songs, that they don't remember any of it. And so he thinks, well, I'm going to take those Beatles songs and make them my own. And he does, and becomes this world famous guy because of these incredible songs that he's just putting out. And but yet he feels conflicted, you know, because they're not his songs, but nobody knows them. So anyway,
that doesn't make it right.
I know, but it was a cute movie, and I won't give you any more details.
Well, I did not go see that movie because I think it sounds stupid. So
Of course you do, because it's an indie film, and you know you probably think all indie films
I've
are
never
stupid.
seen any indie films. Excuse me, lady. I see tons of indie films.
Well, you probably think all ones that are, I don't know. I just know which kind you will say you think sounds stupid.
You know.
I know this about you. You know, if they're not like, never mind, I'm not going to even go there.
Yeah, you're just going to get yourself in trouble, girl.
This crochet, I'm getting nowhere with it. Let's try that chain again. It's just a freaking swatch. Next week I'll have it all, or next time I'll have it all going well, and you'll get to see how beautiful this project is.
Yeah, I'm surprised you're doing it. I thought you were going to make Shelly do it.
I was gonna, but I really kind of want to do it, and I just finished a project last night, so, you know.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. So what else do we have for people? What are you gonna show off?
Well,
You should show them your
I'm gonna-
fabulous bag that you got someplace.
Yes, I'm
Well, you were
gonna-
gonna talk all about.
I was going to talk about
Okay,
my trip. So
you
I'm gonna
talk about your
my
trip while I'm trying to get this thing
Okay,
figured
one of the
out.
things I bought in Los Alamos, they have the cutest little quilt / yarn shop. They're actually 2 separate stores in the same building. So I bought from both sides, and both sides would be rung up separately. And one of the things I got from the yarn side is this bag. Can you see what those are? Yes, those are kittens surfing. I had to have that because kittens surfing. Anyway, the ladies in there were extremely nice. If you're in Los Alamos, I would highly recommend it. It was a lot of fun. I bought a bunch of fabric that is sciencey because Los Alamos.
What you gonna do with that fabric?
I am not 100% sure. However, I did buy a book while I was there about sewing things for teens, which I don't actually have any teens, but
But you will someday have a granddaughter that's a teen.
yes, but it had in there a really nice pattern for an iPad holder,
Oh,
and Charles would like that, so
Oh,
I'm going
cool.
to make that for Charles.
out of the
Yes, some of the
scientific
sciencey fabric.
fabric.
Yes.
Cool.
So, and then I want to talk about Meow Wolf. Here, I got this shirt there.
What's it called?
Meow Wolf.
I just didn't think they'd understand what you said.
Meow Wolf. Okay. All right. So, you get a little tag that they put on you, and I'm going to read
Like a wristband?
like a wristband,
Yeah.
so that I'm going to, because when people told me about it, they were really not clear about what was going on. So, these are what you're going to experience here. House of Eternal Eternal Return is an experience that takes place in dark spaces with stairs, low overhangs, tight spaces, flashing lights, theatrical fog effects, and exposed materials. By wearing this bracelet, you acknowledge that Meow Wolf is not responsible for any harm or injury that is caused within the space. Stay alert. Do not act in harmful ways to yourself or to the exhibit. So what it is
Is it a haunted house? Oh my gosh.
it is a house that is really a puzzle, which is the thing.
Yeah.
So it's this house, but it also it's connected to a spaceship and some little bare areas of different planets. And you kind of have to figure out through clues in the house of what's going on. And what's great about it is, like, let's say you're there with your kids. Your kids are going to be excited because they get to go through the dryer. Here, I got a pin of the dryer. And it does kind of actually look like that inside because it's got a blue sparkly thing, a tube that you go into. But you must be careful because I hit my head going through the little tube.
Oh.
But that was only because I wasn't paying enough attention and I was a little leery.
That's why they have the wristbands.
Yes, that's why I couldn't complain when I hit my head because I
Yeah.
wasn't paying enough attention to the low-hanging area. But yeah, so they can run through stuff and they don't really need to know what's going on because it's just a lot of stuff going on and fun things, and they can go through the closet to the secret door and they can go through the refrigerator. But for the adult who wants to look everything over, there's things to read, there's a website, there's like a video playing in the living room, and so you can piece together this whole story of this guy and how he managed to make this house appear and these aliens who are coming to try and fix it, and it's just a lot of fun. And the best thing is that it's full of all these little bits of art, like found art, and so it's stuff that these artists have put together out of things, which is one of my all-time favorite types of art. Is this there was one place where they had these shelves and there was like these 8-track tapes, which then were painted with like religious, like Mary
iconography or something.
yeah, like Mexican type of, Mary religious things, which I realize doesn't sound right, but it's what they were. So to me, that's the best kind because it's kind of inspirational to young people where they can see that art doesn't have to be on a canvas in a museum, that you can make art. And so I love that aspect of it. And you do have to watch your kids. There are performers throughout the thing where they are keeping eyes on everybody. And I saw a kid get yelled at because he was with different adults the second time, so he thought he was rogue. He's like, kid, you need to be with an adult. And the one behind was like, well, he's with us. And he's like, oh, he's with different adults earlier, so I'm just watching, you know. But they do say don't touch the performers, which who does that? I mean, it's like, oh, hey, here's somebody acting. Let me go put my hand on them. Why would you do that?
I don't know.
Don't touch anybody you see. How about we just have that be a rule? No touching people. If they
Yeah.
are not yours, do not touch them. I think that's a good rule to live by.
I think that's a decent rule. Yeah.
You know, so, but it was great, and I highly recommend it to anyone who happens to be in Santa Fe. Go to Meow Wolf. You have to it's easier if you make reservations ahead of time, because then you get to not stand in the big long line.
How long has this place been around?
A couple years now.
Oh, okay. Because the last time I was in Santa Fe was probably 10 years ago.
Yeah, it's
So.
like 2-3 years.
Okay,
I think that's how long it's been there.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, we got there early and we ate breakfast across the street at Tortilla Flats, which is a Mexican restaurant. It was delicious.
Did you have huevos rancheros?
I did not have that there because I'd had it the day before.
Oh, okay.
I had a tamale there, which I had never had before.
Oh, I love tamales.
And
My
it was
favorite.
delicious. So,
So if you're here in town and you, there's this, again, still not 4 inches. Oh my, well, it's probably 4 inches, but really it should be bigger for a swatch. But I'm probably not going to make it bigger now.
yeah, I'm not
Anyway.
even that far on it.
Yeah, I know. 2 rows, 3
Ooh.
maybe. I don't know. There's a place here in town called Casa Lupita up in White Bear Lake, and they have a few tables, but really it's a takeout place. But good tamales. So
Might have to try that out.
yeah,
Yeah, no, I did have huevos rancheros again before I left, though. I ate them twice. Because
huevos rancheros.
yes,
Yeah.
they are so
not?
delicious. The best place for those in the Twin Cities I found is Victor's 1959 Cuban restaurant, because they have
You've told me about that place before, and I still haven't been.
oh, you should go. It's so delicious, and they have their own sauce. It's not like what I get in New Mexico. New Mexico, you have a choice between red chilies and green chilies, period. That's all they put on everything. They ask red or green. We
Yeah.
wanted to make that a state question, and it got voted down. They were very upset.
Red or green.
The red or green, yeah, because that's all they say is like red or green, and you're just supposed to know it's chilies. So
And which one's hotter? The red?
the red is hotter.
Yeah.
I find the green has more flavor, so that's what I always
Yeah.
get.
I went to, wow, we're on a food theme. Maybe because I'm really hungry because I haven't eaten lunch yet.
That might do it.
I went to the King and I Thai
Oh, yeah.
with my daughter the other day, last week, and they're just across the highway from us. And I ordered curry, which I love curry, love it, love it, love it, and it was like medium level or something, and I was like,
You need to
you know-
order it medium spicy over there.
so here's the deal. Here's the problem. I've ordered a little bit spicier. I like spicy foods, and it was almost too hot for me. So I thought, well, I'll just order the medium this time, and it wasn't hot enough. But she had brought the red pepper paste, and I put some of that in. Oh, it was good.
Yeah,
So
I've
good.
learned over there to say medium, but on the spicy side of medium.
Yeah,
And that seems to make them understand that's not Minnesota medium,
right.
which is slightly more than ketchup.
No, so good. It kind of makes me want to go over there for lunch today, but I brought lunch, so
Oh, well, that's good. You should
I'll
eat the
eat
lunch
my
you brought.
lunch that I brought. And maybe sometime later in the week I can go over there.
Yeah,
It's so good.
it is very good. I like their food. It's delicious.
Okay, this should be This should be
That should be
long
big enough. Yeah, there you go.
Maybe.
Just don't miss any.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Or
it is you
whatever.
do.
So what else about your trip happened? Anything fun and interesting? How were your flights? And
My flights were great. On the way down, I had nobody sitting by me, which
oh,
is,
nice.
I don't
love
think
that.
that's happened to me for like 20 years.
Yeah.
But yeah, both seats were empty, and I was only slightly disappointed because finally I'm to a weight where it wouldn't matter.
It doesn't matter as much, yeah.
Yeah, and so then there wasn't anyone there anyway. So, but the guy across the aisle moved over and sat in the far end,
Yeah.
which is fine.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, that's unusual to have a three-seat section empty, except for one seat.
yeah, it was very weird. I assume it was a couple who just didn't make their flight. That's what I'm,
Oh, yeah, could be.
because they had said that the plane was full. So, but yeah, that went fine. It was nothing exciting there. I did 5 miles. I at a pace of 14.40, so I ran a good hunk of it.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
Even at altitude.
yeah, at 7,000 feet, so it was.
That's great.
I felt great. I was very excited afterwards to feel that good.
And you flew down by yourself because Charles and your granddaughter were down there.
They were already there, so yeah.
And then
we all flew back together, so that went fine.
nice.
Yeah, Charles came and got me by himself, and so we did some dinking around in Albuquerque. Went to a yarn shop and discovered when to go pay that what I wanted they only took cash for, which I did not have anywhere near that amount of cash. So.
That's too bad.
Yeah, it would have been nice they'd had a sign or something, because then I went to.
Why would they only take cash?
Because it was consignment,
Oh.
so I'm assuming that it has to do with, I don't know, taxes or something. I don't
I
know.
assume that's not what I would think. I would think it has to do with credit card processing fees.
Well, there you go.
I mean, because somebody's got to pay
Pay
those,
it.
and if they're doing consignment, maybe they're not making enough money off of
Yeah,
the consignment to justify that.
right. So, but anyway, it was fine. I just didn't buy it. It's not like I need more yarn.
What?
I
Everybody
know.
needs more
It was
yarn.
crazy, right?
I know. I bought a skein of yarn this morning. Well, from our sale. That it's been sitting on my desk for a couple of weeks, but whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we should talk about these new things that we have in front of us.
Yes, we got new
we've
things.
got we have new yarn from Reiwa Fibers, which is a local company, and it's 100% yak down.
It's beautiful.
It's fingering weight.
So soft and lovely.
There's 3 of the colors, and here's a couple more. Aren't they pretty?
It's so nice.
And it's so soft.
It is.
It says on here, Reiwa means hope in Tibetan. Our profits are invested back into Tibetan communities, creating opportunity and hope for the future. And I think I'm sorry, I should have gone onto their website first, but I'm trying to remember. I'm pretty sure yak down, they collect it from shedded
Yeah.
uh,
Shrubs and such.
fibers, yeah.
Yeah.
So
I would assume so.
because
I'm
I
sure
can't
so.
imagine they're shearing those wild yak.
No. We're going up to him. It's like, here, let me comb you.
Let's try this out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have all their colors, obviously, because it's just, just trying a selection of them.
Yes.
But if you have a color that you want and we don't have it, we're happy to order it for you if you go onto their website and look at the colors. We also have these new Woolstock bundles. So Woolstock is one of my favorite yarns, Blue Sky Fibers.
Me too.
And it's just such a nice worsted weight yarn. And they used to have the 21, well they still do, but we haven't carried it in a while, 21 color slouch hat and the 21 color mittens. It was these bundles, but in each one was a different colorway. Now they've put these
Into groupings.
into groupings. Yeah, this is the warm colorway, this is the cool one, You get 3 mini hanks of each of the colors. They'd be great for like a yoke sweater or a colorwork hat or mitts. I know there's a capelet pattern out right now that uses these. And there's also a neutral colorway, which they accidentally sent us
2 of these.
2 packs of these and not one of the neutrals. So we'll get that figured out, but they're really cute. I started to design something this summer, and then when they first told us they were out, and it just didn't work out. It was cute, but very bulky, because I was having to carry the yarn behind. It just didn't work. I was going to do it for a hat, and it wouldn't work for a hat, and I thought, well, it could work as the edging on a sweater, like a border at the bottom and then a border on the sleeves, but I haven't gotten that far, so maybe.
There you go.
And then also I should talk about the door prize. So Cindy Dieters won our door prize from last week. Yay! So I don't know if you guys remember, but I think you get 4 skeins of Nature Spun Worsted and one of our Cloud9 project bags.
Yep.
And then I went to look for a door prize this morning, and I went, wow, I'm really low on door prizes. We had to do a door prize for Progressive East End project, and I pulled a bunch of stuff for that. And then all I've got really for a door prize is 1 skein of yarn.
But
so
it's
whoever
beautiful.
It is beautiful. It's Jill Draper Makes Stuff Wyndham, which is a merino, and it's her lovely.
That's a lot of
I love this green color. It's 220 yards, so yeah, it's called Green Smoothie.
It's a beautiful color.
It's 4 to 5 stitches per inch. So yeah, anyway, I think it's really pretty. I was gonna keep it and make something out of it for myself, but instead you get it. Whoever wins.
Whoever wins.
Just make a comment on our YouTube channel.
Any comment. Yeah. We'll take them all. So, when we were at market, Skacel had a new product. Can you see what that is? That's right, it's a square needle by Skacel. It's got little ridges on it to help you hold on to them because it's made out of the same material as the rockets. So
when she says Skacel, she means Addies.
Addies.
I mean,
sorry.
Both the names are on there, but I think most people think of those needles as Addies.
Sorry.
That's okay.
I don't use them, so.
I do. They're my favorite. And I have crochet hooks at home. I'm borrowing one from the store right now that's not a Skacel, but I love the Skacel crochet hooks. They've got a ergonomic handle. Just love them. They're my faves. We don't sell them here in the store, but we can order them for you.
We can. We can order any of the Addies that are sold here in the United States.
Because they're made in Germany.
They are made in Germany. So I only brought in this many of them, 4, because I want to have people who enjoy the square needles and maybe the Addies, or because the people who used to make square needles no longer exist, the collage. And so come in, buy one, try it out, report back to me, see what you think, and if
we tried them at market, and I thought they felt good. I love Addies. They're my favorite needles, bar none. I have so many of them, I doubt I'll be buying any of those, but they felt good when I was knitting with them.
But if you end up having some sort of hand or wrist issues, the square
God
ones
forbid.
are better for that because it changes, you're not gripping the same way, so you have less of the pulling on your tendon in here, which is...
And I think you're not rotating your wrist as much too. Yeah.
Probably not, because you're not twisting.
Right.
So yeah, it would be a good thing for people who have issues. But come in, try them, let me know, report back to me. You can leave comments if you'd like. Whatever, just tell me what you think. Or maybe you've already tried them somewhere and you're like, oh, I love them, please bring them all in. You can make a comment regarding that. I will take any and all comments. Or if you said, man, I hated them, don't ever buy them again, I will take that into consideration too. Although I can't imagine people saying that.
Yeah, why would you say that?
I don't know, people say stuff. I don't know.
Well, true. If you're asking for comments,
I'm
then
asking
you
for
want
any comments.
both kind of
Yes.
comments.
So I can make an educated
Informed decision.
Decision.
Yes.
So how many of these do I have here now?
So, I was up at the cabin this past weekend.
How'd that go?
It was fine. It was hot and
Did you get
I have
any
problems with
deer
this.
ticks or
No.
other disease
No.
carrying vermin?
No, we did not get any. The bugs were okay, although I did get a bug bite on the back of my neck that is just now finally going away. Emily said last night, I can still see that bug bite. I'm like, yeah, I know, but it's almost gone now. No, it was actually okay. I did a jigsaw puzzle all by myself, a 1,000-piece one in a day and a half, which was nice.
Mm-hmm.
And I got.
What was it of? I love jigsaw puzzles.
You know, I like just jigsaw puzzles a lot too. They're a lot of fun. I'm trying to remember the artist's name. It was like an old-timey town scene, and there was some water in it, and some hills, and a bunch of different old-timey houses, and kite flying, and I think it's Jane somebody, but I can't remember who.
Oh yeah, Jane somebody. She's a
Yeah,
great artist.
yeah. Anyway, I mean, it looked like an East Coast village, you know, and it was a lot of fun. And I specifically picked that puzzle. I went to Barnes & Noble and bought a puzzle. I specifically picked that one because I've done enough jigsaw puzzles to know which ones are going to be easier than other ones. Like if you have good vertical lines, that helps. If you have, like this one had all these different buildings, but they all had different,
little bit different,
like siding, different windows, different roofs, you know. So I knew it wouldn't be bad.
You're not doing the all blue ones or anything?
Oh God, no, I'm not going to do those. And I'm not ever, ever, ever going to do one of those mosaic ones again. You know which ones I mean?
The ones where you have to cross your eyes to see what the picture is?
No, the ones that have inside every little square, the overall picture is made up of little bitty pictures.
Oh,
yeah,
no,
no, impossible.
That
Impossible.
sounds terrible.
Yeah.
No.
In this one that I was doing, I think I maybe could have even done it without looking at the picture.
Oh, that's always exciting.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't because why would I do that to myself?
Yeah.
But like a couple of times ago when we were up at the cabin, I was up there with my son, my youngest son, and he wanted to do a jigsaw puzzle, so we pulled one out, and it was dinosaurs. Oh my God, there's a lot of gray in dinosaurs. And he didn't want to look at the picture. I'm like, okay, we'll try it. You know, pretty soon he's like, maybe we should look at the box. I'm like, yes.
Yes, let's look at the box.
And
Crazy
even then
boy.
it was really hard because the background was all one color, and then almost all the dinosaurs had some gray in them. I was like, oh my God, this is killing me. Just killing me.
My husband and I had some puzzles that were mystery puzzles where you didn't see what the picture was, and then there was like clues in the puzzle to solve a mystery that's in a little booklet.
Yeah.
And we had a couple of them that were like not photographs but illustrations. And so those were a lot of fun to do. And then the next one we got was a photograph, and we're like, no, the photograph ones aren't as fun because you know it was fun to have all the little illustrations. You can have a lot more little bits of things around, that making it also easier to put together.
I like the illustrations or the artwork better than I do photographs. So.
Yeah.
What was I going to say? It was something about the mystery thing. Oh, I was going to say, if you have puzzles at home, well, I've got a lot of puzzles that we've already done. We should switch. We should share, and you know, then they can get done again. They
can get done some more.
The poor little puzzles don't have to feel abandoned or used.
Or used.
It was a one-night stand.
Oh, I had some puzzles I did in high school. I'd just do them over and over and over again. I remember there was one with jelly beans.
I could do the one that I did And when we were at the cabin again, I could do that one again.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I also have a jigsaw puzzle app on my iPad that I sometimes do as well. Although not 1,000 pieces. I won't do 1,000 pieces on my iPad.
No, that'd be crazy.
Yeah. You wouldn't even be able to see the dang piece.
No. One time, Charles and I got a box at an auction full of jigsaw puzzles and games, because that's how we roll.
Mm-hmm.
And in there were these puzzles from like the 1930s, and they had no picture on the front.
Oh, wow.
And like just things like maiden, you know? And it's like, what is this of?
It's of a maiden.
It was, and they were slightly risque maidens. They weren't
Oh.
nickety, but they weren't wearing very
Interesting.
much, and they were standing like by a river and frolicking kind of thing. So it was they were only like a couple hundred pieces each. But it was really cool to see these things. It's like, oh, this is why they don't have pictures on the front.
Yeah. That's funny. Oh my gosh.
So these slightly naughty
Interesting.
jigsaw puzzles
Yeah.
from the back in the 20s or
That's
30s.
funny.
I just assume that's where they're from.
So how's your book bingo going?
I have done 11 books.
Wow.
I'm doing pretty good.
I think I'm at 10 now. I don't know. I'd have to go and look.
Yeah.
And I have 3 going right now,
Wow.
which is weird for me. Look,
That's a lot.
it's long enough now.
It is long enough.
What are you reading right now?
Right now, I'm reading here at work. I'm reading Watch Me Disappear, which was the book that I thought I was getting when I got that other book I just finished reading called The Scent. That book was called The Scent. I'm like, this doesn't sound like that. I'm like, this isn't the book I was thinking of. What's the book I was thinking of? And here was this one. So I actually had it already, so I'm glad I didn't buy it again, I guess.
Yeah. I've done that before.
Oh, yeah. Me
And
too.
sewing patterns. And knitting patterns.
Knitting patterns, yeah. Me too. Done all those
Yeah.
things. It gets to be hard. Knitting books. I've rebought knitting books before.
That, I don't think I've done that.
It's
Regular
generally-
books, yes.
Yeah. And it's not so bad if you figure out, oh, I just found another copy. But what's really irritating is when you start reading something and then you're like halfway through and you think,
I've read this before.
Yeah, and
Yep.
it's like, how come I didn't figure this out? Well,
I know.
the one time I got it from the library, so thank God I hadn't paid money for it. But
I mean,
just
I don't
like,
do that much anymore because I have Goodreads
Yes,
now.
Goodreads has been
Goodreads is a great
it's
resource
a
if you're a big
godsend.
reader.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what? I'm sorry. What was the name of the book you're reading?
I'm reading Watch Me Disappear.
And
And
what's
then-
that about?
It is about a woman who goes out hiking in the,
Is it a memoir or a?
No, it's a
novel.
fiction.
Okay.
Yeah. And she disappears. And so the book starts, it's a year later kind of thing. Well, it starts with her together right before she goes disappearing. And then now it's like a year later, and her family, her husband and her daughter are trying to move on, but her daughter has a vision. And so she thinks her mom's still alive.
Ah, interesting.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens. And then I'm also at home, I'm reading Periopolis.
Which is what?
It is a graphic novel.
Did you have
Well, it's
graphic?
not a novel. It's
graphic nonfiction.
it's graphic nonfiction.
Yeah.
No, has a red cover,
Oh, okay.
and it has a red cover. Anyway, it's this girl who she was little when the Iranian Revolution took place, and so it's about that time period in her life.
Okay.
She's like 9 or 10 or something.
Right.
So it's, she was all for it because she was against the Shaw. But then it's now all the things are happening where they have to wear the veil, where they have to, and it's
Right.
like, well, I don't want to do this. I want to be, an independent woman like my mother was, and now she can't be that
Right.
anymore. And so it's interesting.
Have you read Reading Lolita and Tehran?
I have not.
It's a memoir. It's about a young woman who is a professor at the at the university, and she teaches English. And this is after the revolution, so, you know, but there was a time where things had loosened up, so women weren't having to wear the veil unless they wanted to, and they were teaching, you know, these things, and then things tightened up again. She started having to wear the veil. She wasn't allowed to teach anymore, but she was teaching. She was holding private lessons in her home. It was really, really good.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah. I am reading, so I finished Guards by Terry Pratchett. I think I talked about that last episode, which is very, very fun. Yes, and I want to read the whole series now. I love series. I just have to say, I just love them. They're great. And then I'm reading a book by Peg Meyer, who was a longtime journalist for, I think, the Star Tribune and Into History, and it's really just excerpts from people's diaries and letters and stuff like that. And I think I read it many, many years ago. I read her other books as well, and it's called Wishing for a Snow Day.
Oh.
And it's about children in Minnesota at different time periods, so it's kind of fun.
That sounds cool.
I got that one from the library, and then I'm reading The River. I had a square on my book bingo, book by another author. I mean, by an author of a different gender than you. And while I already have a bunch of male authors in my book bingo, you can't share squares. You have to have a separate thing.
One. Yes.
So there's this woman, I can't remember, I think her name is Anne Bogle, and she has a website called The Modern Mrs. Darcy. And she does a summer reading guide every year. And so I thought, well, I'll go and look at her summer reading guide and see if I can find something on there. She had probably 25 or more books on there. Only 2 of them were written by men.
Wow.
Oh, that's interesting. So I picked one of those, and it's about canoeing on a river. And, you know, I bought it while we were at our cabin on a river, and we went canoeing. You know,
it was like a true story
almost.
almost.
It was a theme. But it's very good. She said it was her favorite of the year. She wasn't able to put it down. Now she's gone and started reading some of his other books.
Who's the author?
I can't remember. You can look at my Goodreads.
I'll look it up.
And then I'm also reading a short story book called The Thing Around Your Neck, and I cannot remember her name either because she's African, and it's a 3-name, and I just can't remember what it is, but she wrote Americana.
I have a very difficult time with people with 3 names.
Yeah, I do too.
I just always want to put them in whatever order.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, I know that's not right, but maybe it's right, and I'm just misremembering it. And
so did you read Americana?
yes.
It's by that woman.
Okay. That was very good.
Yeah, these are all set, well, so far, and I take that back. The second one was set in America. The first one was, I don't know which country she's from. Is it Nigeria? I don't know. But the first one was about her brother going to jail. I mean, the main character in the book's brother going to jail. And that was interesting. And the second one was about, what was the second one about? I don't know. The third one was about a riot and these 2 women hiding in a empty store as the riot is progressing, and one of them's Muslim and one of them's Christian, and that's who's outside fighting.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, and a bunch of people die, and her sister is lost forever, and you know, stuff like that. So they're pretty intense and deep. Oh, I know. The second one was in America, and it's about a young woman from Nigeria who marries this wealthy Nigerian man, and he sets her up in a house in America, and they have 2 kids, but he doesn't live there. He lives back in Nigeria, and a friend calls her from Nigeria to say, your husband's having an affair with somebody else here. And so how does she deal with that? Because she's not living in Nigeria. She's living, you know, in America. And yeah. So yeah, so far so good. I'm not a real short story person, but I'm liking these. They're
good.
They're good.
I love short stories. I love all stories, really.
I don't like short stories, and I think one of the reasons I don't like them is because the characters don't get developed enough. Like, I could see each of these short stories being developed into longer stories about what, or novels about what could happen. And then when I go onto Goodreads and do a description, what am I writing about?
Yeah. Usually for short story things, I end up writing. Some of them are good, some of them weren't.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Because usually there's some that are there because, you know, they're really good, and then there's some filler ones. Occasionally there's some that are good all the way through overall. Like when I read that one that George R.R. Martin edited
Of Game of Thrones
fame, and it was strong women characters, and all the stories were good except for one by that Outlander lady.
Oh, Diana Gabaldon.
Oh my God, it was the boringest story in the
Really?
world. Ugh. I mean, most of them, I did one a night, and that one took me like 3 nights, and it was not any longer than any of the other ones. It was just so dull. I kept falling asleep.
Huh. I love her Outlander books.
I remember telling Janine about it. She's like, "Oh, that's so and so," and he's. I'm like, I don't care.
So was
dull.
it related to?
It was part of the Outlander business. It was some characters from that. Only they were in France. I don't know what they were doing.
Oh, yes. Well, because the whole Outlander series has to do with the it's the time period of is it Bonnie Prince Charlie, who ends up going over to France in exile for a while?
I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway,
I don't know. It was dull.
It's the English versus the Scottish, you know.
It was dull, and I didn't like it. But everything else in that was excellent.
Yeah.
So there.
All right.
It's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Okay.
So.
Well, I'm just looking at the time, and guess what? 52 minutes. So,
wow.
You know, it's about our time. We didn't talk about much in the way of fiber other than the yak down and knitting, a little bit about crochet, and I'm sure Leslie is watching this and laughing at me.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
It's all right. We all laugh at her.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah. And hopefully next time we meet, I hopefully will have a new phone, and you won't get this weird color changing thing that this phone does. I don't know why it's doing that, but I noticed it a lot on the last episode, and I've noticed it a couple of times on this
Flipping
one.
over here, yeah. Even I noticed it.
Yeah, I don't know why it does that. So, sorry.
From the mysteries of the universe.
Yeah.
If you figure it out, let Apple know.
But I think that's it for today.
That's it.
And now I get to go eat lunch.
Yay!
All right, bye.